County is among the few lucky counties because they have doctors still in the hospitals. And now we bring in the Acting Secretary General, Dr. Chibanzi Moichonde. He is the Acting Secretary General for KMPDU. He now joins us in studio. Dr. Good to see you. And a quick one, and this is something that the CS mentioned during his address. When you see children, when you see mothers, when you see COVID patients or people who really need the help of doctors being turned away from the hospital, do you still find a justification to your action?
Thank you, Ken. And I'd like to first say that what is happening in our country is very unfortunate. And it's not a situation that any doctor would want to find themselves in. But this is what I'd like to say, that we have responsibilities. We as doctors have a responsibility to treat Kenyans, but the government has a responsibility to take care of us and enable us to treat Kenyans. The government cannot abdicate its responsibility and then blackmail us as doctors that you've left patients. If they really want Kenyans to be treated, then let them address themselves to the issues we have raised, the grievances. And we gave a 21-day notice. We suspended for 14 days. That is 35 days. Before that, for 8 months, we have written letters. We have written memoranda with recommendations on what needs to be done. So you will not blackmail us now.
Doctor, is this really a blackmail? Because I'm not getting a direct answer from you. Do you still find justification as a doctor who took that oath? Do you still find a justification when you watch television and see mothers, children, patients being turned away, and some can't even get basic services like just cleaning their wounds?
Ken, there is no person who's seen patients die in this country like us as doctors, and I myself. Even when you are at work, you're taking me to a discussion that I didn't want to have. But even when you are at work, there are patients who come and there's nothing you can do because you do not have the equipment, you do not have the supplies, they cannot afford the treatment, and you watch a patient die right in front of you.
Okay.
I have gone through it several times. Doctors in this country have gone through it.
Okay.
So when we are the ones who are now getting sick, when we are the ones who are now dying, when it is us now who, I have a child, I'm sick, my child is sick, I go to the hospital, and my card for treatment, NHIF, flags red, and
yeah.
I have to pay out of pocket.
Doctor, I'm going to get to the real issues,
yes,
because you
yes.
have quite a number of issues, and we're going to address them one by one. Most important, perhaps I should ask this before we go to the issues. Why do doctors accept? Why do doctors accept to go and treat patients if they don't have a protective gear? Who forces their hand? Who holds a gun on your head and tells you and forces you into that ward to see a patient, a COVID patient, without proper gear?
You asked me a question that would you see a patient die in front of you? And I told you, we don't. So when you're there and you don't have that care, and you know this patient needs my intervention at this time, you will do it at a very great risk.
Okay.
So it's better to stay home. You
yes.
don't go through that condition. Let them provide what we need, and we shall go back and treat patients.
All right. The Cabinet Secretary issued a threat that anyone who stays out of work will be fired. You called him bluff. And, of course, he now says the strike is not protected.
We issued a strike notice as per the law, as per the Constitution. Secondly, we sued the government, Ministry of Health and Council of Governors, for non-implementation of our 2017-2021 CBA. They went to court and declared that we had embarked on industrial action. Two different matters. So as we speak, we followed the due process, that is why it is protected. And secondly, there is no order against our strike. And there's nothing like an illegal strike. There's nothing like that. All strikes are legal. And when you've gone through the process, you've issued a notice, and that strike is protected.
So why does he say it's not protected? Is this just another threat, just like the one he issued previously?
Thank you. There are 11 issues we have put forth on the table for resolution. What we are seeing the ministry and the governors doing is going out on press and putting out information that is not true and not responding, not calling us on the table to discuss, to resolve these issues. That is what you're seeing, and that is what has happened today. We were on standby the whole day waiting for a meeting, for that meeting. It's a meeting we had pursued yesterday, and it didn't happen. The next thing, we are seeing the CS and the governors on TV addressing Kenyans and passing wrong information.
All right, Dr. Stay with me because I still have a lot to discuss. I'll go specific to the issues you're demanding. And the fact that when you listen to the CS this evening when he was during his press conference, you were amazed to know that the government says they have done absolutely everything, and what they haven't done is actually in process. So I'm going to take a short break right now. When we come back, we'll pick these specific issues with Dr. and he'll answer some of your burning questions. Stay with us.